Okay, welcome back to Beyond the Net, but this week, as promised, I have a special guest with me, Leandra Mangual.
Hey guys.
She's gonna be awkward just like Hannah was, but like she's better at talking about herself, so
That is true.
don't worry. She won't be as she'll definitely talk more than Hannah did, so don't worry. But yeah, so I'm gonna ask her a couple questions so you guys can get to know her. But yeah, it's just gonna be a fun little time we have. She definitely likes to make fun of me, so if she does that multiple times, it's...
Well, I have to. Someone has to keep her in check, so.
I guess someone does.
Yeah.
But okay, I talked a lot about like how I got here, like talk about kind of like how you got to Mizzou and then from Mizzou to here and like just like your volleyball journey. Because she's also from Puerto Rico, guys, which is in the United States, so...
Yeah, in case no one
In case someone didn't know.
Yeah, I'm from Puerto Rico and I moved to Florida for high school and I got recruited from my club, OTBA. Thanks, guys. And then I went to Mizzou for 4 years and COVID happened and I had to medically redshirt one of my years, and so I ended up having 2 extra years of eligibility, and then I went in the transfer portal after I graduated from Mizzou, and yeah, now I'm here.
She's almost 23.
Actually, I'm 22. I have like 11 months.
She's still almost 23, and I'm 19. This is her 6th year of volleyball.
Yeah,
this is
very
my
strange.
2nd semester.
It's very strange. Just, I don't know, like we're close, but like she's like a toddler. So.
I mean, personally, I don't feel like a toddler, but definitely compared to her,
Right.
she's a grandma. It takes her like 5 minutes to get off the floor.
It literally does. Sometimes I feel like every bone in my body cracks. Like yesterday when we were doing defense and
Yeah.
you were throwing balls at me. Like I just felt like I couldn't get up, strangely.
No, yeah, it's very obvious when you like fall on the ground. It's like a miracle when you get up like while we actually play.
Right?
Like in actual games. Like
yeah.
it's a little bit faster. It's definitely not as fast as
Because
like...
you don't have to try harder.
No,
But,
obviously.
Like yesterday during defense, like I was trying to get the balls and then it took all the energy in me so I couldn't get up. Anyways, we can continue.
Okay. Tell us about what you've like learned in college, like socially and like athletically, I guess. But like not like skill wise, because that's boring. Like
yeah, no one wants to know about volleyball.
the lessons of a college basically graduate.
Okay. You definitely need to prioritize like your time. I think it's really easy to just kind of let go of like different aspects of your life when you're an athlete, especially in college. So yeah, like I had to manage my academics really well, and then I played at a very good program at Mizzou, so having to do that as well. I don't know, I also feel like you need to choose your circle of friends wisely. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I have a couple of like really close friends and I'm gonna be friends with them for the rest of my life, and they came from college, and I just feel like you don't need to be liked by everyone. I just feel like you need to be respected and choose your people wisely, because they're going to be there a lot more than you think. So.
Yeah, I feel like I experienced that. Like at the first semester. So our first semester, like our first and second semester, I feel like here has like been drastically different. At least so far. We've only been here for like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
But like I still feel like there were just like, we had how many, like 21 girls in the fall,
people.
And now we have like
14. Yeah. Love you guys.
Shout out to all of them. But like it's definitely weird. I feel like the only person I really like trusted in the fall was you and Hannah. And now that Hannah's gone, like I feel like we've definitely gotten closer.
Yeah.
But it's also because like I feel like so many people are gone that like...
Yeah, it's definitely, it's different. And I think it's also easier to be closer to people when there's like less amount of people. Like,
yeah, it
like,
has been nice.
For example, like when we hang out and like it's, I don't know, if we're like going to Jordan's place or something, like I feel like it's way easier to get like 14 people to like be at the same place than it is to get like 21 people.
Yeah.
To get together. If that makes sense.
We didn't even fit in a bus.
Right.
Let alone our locker room.
But like Jordan's place.
Yeah. But like it is crazy. Like I've definitely been able to find my people more in this semester than I was in the fall, because in the fall we were so busy.
Yeah, I think like traveling too just doesn't help. Like you said, we were so busy, and like we would do the same thing like every single day.
I know.
Like every week it'd be like the exact same thing. We would like practice for the first like Monday through Wednesday, Thursday we would travel, Friday play, Saturday practice, to Sunday play, and like it just became like a routine versus now like we're in 8 hours.
Yeah.
So like we have a lot of more like free time during the weekends to just like kind of hang out between us, and I don't know. It's just been nice like to just have that free time.
It's definitely been I've liked the spring a lot.
Yeah.
Like we have a new strength coach who like is the love of everyone's life.
Shout out Lauren.
Yes, she's amazing. She's just amazing. She's just perfect in every way, and like it's very much like a breath of fresh air to have someone new. And then we also have a new assistant coach coming. Like we literally just found out like a couple hours ago.
Her name is Sarah.
Yeah, she's from
Shout out Sarah.
She's from Lehigh.
Yeah.
But so it has been refreshing to see like
See, this is what I mean. Like how can I not make fun of her when she's stuttering? Like
okay.
watch me stutter next to her.
Yeah, I know you will. But it has been nice to see like new faces and just almost not get to start over, but like since I was injured in the summer because of my iron,
which I love to remind her about.
Yes, she does. I never got like the training aspect of like before we were in the season. Like I didn't get to really play until preseason started.
Literally.
So like I like the spring because I'm actually getting to like train and like break things down where like I feel like everyone else got to do that in the summer and I did not because.
And like something I really like about the spring, which like this is now my 6th spring because I graduated high school early.
Jesus Christ.
You just like have a chance to get like stronger and better, and like you can really focus on that. Like in the fall we would lift, but like obviously we can't be sore for like our games on Friday and Sunday, so like we were kind of limited. But now it's like, I mean I'm sore right now.
Yeah.
So, but like now you can like genuinely focus on like your strength, like what you're putting on the bar every time, like, and it's just been like it's just nice. Like spring is just honestly nicer because you also don't have the rush of season, and like you can hone in on your skills, and my favorite part is the weight room, personally.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't decided which one I like better.
I just feel like with the weight room, like you could see, like visually see results, and like I think that's something I really like.
Yeah, I like that too, and I feel like because we're actually putting like getting to like put weight on the bar, like it feels a lot more productive.
Yeah.
Than it, like, I feel like in the fall, like, everything is so preventative.
Yeah.
Like, in the weight room, like, which makes sense. But I just like the spring better, guys. We have 2 days off.
Yeah.
We're, like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wait, Friday is not a day off.
I know, but
well,
it's Friday.
So our schedule right now is, we're in 8 hours, so it's Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 lift.
Which is detrimental.
Oh, it's terrible.
To me.
But at least you can get it over with.
Yeah.
And then Tuesdays and Thursdays we have like individual practice, and then Thursday we have like a team practice.
Yeah.
So everything is like really nice and calm.
It's so like, it's not like the fall at all.
And honestly, like 6:30, 7:30 sounds terrible. Which like waking up it is terrible.
It is so bad.
But like once you're in the weight room for more than like 10 minutes, you honestly kind of forget that it's so early.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll go home and shower and it'll still be like 8 a.m. and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with the rest of my day?
Yeah, no.
So then I sleep.
Well, yes, because she doesn't go to class. Because she has online class.
I was going to say, don't get me in trouble. I am in an online master's program.
Well, some of us have to go to class.
I don't have to go to class ever, which is kind of epic.
But, fuck, what was I going to say? Yeah, so waking up at 5:30 5 times a week, it actually is the worst part of my day.
And you know what's crazy too? People say it gets easier.
I agree, it does not.
But I'm not people, because it does not get easier.
One of my roommates, sure you can guess who, was like, it'll get easier, guys. It didn't. It doesn't. It never does.
No.
Because 5:30, like, I go to bed at 8:30. She goes to bed at 8:30.
Oh, yeah.
We sleep a lot.
And here's my thing with 5:30. Like, if my alarm would be set at 6, it'd be so much better. But the minute that clock, or like my alarm is being set to 5 something, no. It's so hard. It's
so bad. It's so bad. It makes you feel like you're in like a continuum. Like you wake up, just hear me out. Okay. You wake up at 5:30 on a Monday, and then you have to do the same thing again on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. You just circle.
And like also our Friday lift is like our hardest one by far.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree.
And then like our Tuesday conditioning is the hard. Well, not this week, but our Tuesday conditioning usually is like the hardest one. So like you have 2 hard days, in between, like at the beginning and the end.
I will say, like, scheduling wise, I don't know if anyone like caught this, but I caught it. We have conditioning and practice on the same day. I feel as if
Hear her out, y'all. Hold
I
on.
feel as if someone send this to the scheduler. I feel as if we maybe did Monday, Wednesday conditioning, like, but still practice Tuesday, Thursday, like maybe we wouldn't, you know, like want to like crawl in a hole, like by the time we get to 2:30.
And here's the thing, but then I kind of get it, because if we're trying to add weight, like while we're actually lifting, I feel like that would also not be beneficial if we were to practice the next day or like that same day.
No, I don't agree. I'm just like not on that same page as you.
So
but I
ignore me.
understand.
Yeah.
It just is like not the move at all. But I will say it is so much better getting it out of the way. Like after it's done, like, so Nashville is an hour behind us. There's a point.
Okay.
I promise. So like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have workouts from 6:30 to 7:30. And then I have class from 8 to 9:30. So I've done a workout and a class before my brother has even started his day.
That is true.
Which is crazy. Like by the time like no one's even awake in my like Nashville life by the time I've finished my day.
Midwest. Yeah. Midwestern.
Yeah.
Guys, I was a Midwestern for like 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that epic? MIZ. For all my Mizzou people.
Woo!
What the heck is this?
It's an M.
Like the VT fingers. I'm not gonna do this because
I don't know how to do
which
them either.
ones. I think it's like this.
Oh, it's this. Wait.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah. What are you doing?
That's
what I'm doing.
No, yours reads TV. Because it's
TV.
opposite.
I can't do it this way. Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
got a little sidetracked there.
Yeah. But right now our schedule isn't like terrible.
No, it's not. But we do start 20 hours
Yeah. Soon.
in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we go to spring break. We have spring break super early.
Yeah, which was super strange.
But we also get out really early. Like our last day of class is May
Amen.
1st.
Thank God.
But like, well, some of us have to stay for exams.
That does not include me.
Yeah, I know. But we start 20 hours after spring break, so basically
Yeah.
in 3 weeks, which I'm like personally not.
It's also kind of crazy because we have been here since, well, I got here like January 12, I think, and like it's already been like almost a month, but it doesn't feel
That
like
is
it's
crazy.
been a month.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's been like 2 weeks. But then we finished our sheet today at Lyft, and I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna see that sheet again.
Yeah, that was just so detrimental. I hope we back squat still.
Same.
Dude,
No pull-ups.
Lauren has got us on our booty work.
Yeah. No, we do like activation stuff at the beginning of Lyft every day.
What are we talking about?
And it's literally, yeah, it's crazy.
No, it is crazy. But anyway, let's like not talk about that.
Yeah.
How do we feel about fake people?
I feel like they're very common, unfortunately.
So little like background. Leandra and I have found that we're very similar. She's
Yes.
just like an older version of me. So
Or you're like a younger version.
Okay.
Or we're just like the same. Like, I'm not old.
You're
Just keep going.
okay, whatever. But basically, so we're both really blunt. We don't really like to walk around the truth, and we hate certain people. It's just is the truth. Like,
And here's the thing with that. I truly believe.
and we also
that,
really like Coke.
Oh, I'm obsessed. Well, Coca-Cola, to be specific. Yeah, Coca-Cola
My bad.
is incredible. It's so good. That's not the point. Fake people. I feel like they're so common. Like, that's why I said at the beginning, like, my advice would be, like, to choose your group of people, like, early. And, like, even if you don't choose them early, like, just be very particular.
Yeah.
With the people that you surround yourself with, because you spend so much of your time, like, with you. Like, I spend more time with you than I spend with my parents right now. Because, like, I'm here all the time, like, at Virginia Tech. So, like, I don't know. I just feel like they're so common, especially in college athletics, because a lot of people just want to pull it for themselves, and
Yeah.
they don't really care, like, at what expense that comes in. And, yeah, I just feel like you need to choose your group of people, like, as harsh as you can, and don't be scared to, like, not be friends with some certain people.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is.
And I also feel like I've learned, like, especially recently, that, like, everyone comes from a place that they think is correct.
Yeah.
And when you put all those people together, like you realize that people have different ways of doing things, and some people just don't want to respect that and want to do it their way only, and other people are like willing to hear others out. And the truth is like, honestly, in my experience, at least here and at club, like if you want to do it your way, you're most likely going to be the outlier.
Yeah, and also like especially in college, like there's so many, even on our team right now, like there's so many people with like different backgrounds, like different races, different whatever, and like sometimes like one person will think they're like 100% right, and then like the other person will do the same thing, and like if nobody in that situation is willing to like give in a little bit and kind of see the other person's perspective, like it's not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is detrimental for a team and a culture. So people like, and it's hard to like admit that you were in the wrong, or that like maybe your way is not the best way of doing it. Like I've definitely had to learn that like along the way, but like it's so much better on like relationships later on, because you're like able to like have those open conversations with people of like, hey, I like this is where I'm coming from, like you can tell me where you're coming from, and then like we can find a happy medium. But yeah, I just feel like that's also not common, because people just want to like be liked and loved by everyone, and true love and friendship is not that.
Yeah, I do feel like for so long, like especially when you're like a young athlete, you're told to get on everyone's good graces. Like I feel like, especially as a young like female athlete, like you're told like this is how you do things, like you're respectful, you're nice, like you want your coach to like you, blah blah blah. Some people really take the coach liking to like another extreme level.
Like literally to like,
that is one of my biggest pet peeves, but anyway. And I feel like at the end of the day, especially, so like I'm not like shy to admit, like I came from a very like, I feel like I lived in a bubble the majority of my life. Like I went to a college preparatory all girls high school, like you can only imagine how that was like. And then I also feel like the club I played at was also very like bubbly. So like I feel like both places, so like coming here, like I was excited to be around different people that came from different cultures and like get to learn even just volleyball culters, like not even like ethnicity wise, like just like volleyball wise. And it was definitely a shift, because I have done volleyball one way my whole life.
Yeah, it's hard.
And like shifting, it's honestly been nice, because like I also feel like I get to give input on how like we do our culture. And like I feel like when you're like a teenager, especially young, like you don't like.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because young kids don't know like how to build a culture really, like they try.
Like you said, like it's like how you came from like a bubbly club, like I think my club is very similar, and like your experience like combined with like my experience, like probably combining those together would be like a really good experience, versus like if I was in my way and you were in your way, like I don't think we would be able to like combine to create something like cool and special. So like I just feel like everyone has different perspectives on a lot of things, and like that's good. Like as long as it's being like respected by everyone else, and like you're willing to like give in a little bit and like change your views on certain things, like 100%. Obviously there's like things that are like non-negotiables, like in your values and your perspective, and that's okay. But like as much as you can, like try to understand where the person next to you is coming from, because that's just how you build relationships. Like
I feel like the key to like what I've learned, like especially here, which I guess is my only college experience, so I'll just say college experience, you have to be so flexible. Like you have to be so flexible, it's crazy. Like I was always bad at that, especially like just being a teenager. Like I hated being flexible, quite honestly. Like I never wanted to let anyone else have my car. Like I wanted to do, like I loved my schedule. Like I was very like schedule person, and so I hated when like someone had to break it or shift it.
Oh, me too.
So I hated that, but I feel like coming here, like especially within a team, you have to be so flexible.
100%.
Like the problem arises when someone wants to do something their way and they push it so hard, like they just end up like excluding themselves from things, because people like try to reason with them and talk it out with them, and they just don't like.
No.
They don't care.
Like I said, the most important thing is just like being able to see the perspective of the person next to you, and like in every scenario just be willing to grow. Like your way, like you might see it as a perfect way, but there's so many other things that you have to like learn about, especially in college athletics, that I just feel like the more perspectives you can get, and like the more you can see things in a different light, like the more you're gonna grow as a person, like as a teammate and as a player. So.
And at the end of the day, like, being so young and not wanting to grow, it's just hard to watch, quite honestly. Like, because, like, at 19, like, I don't want to completely dismiss what you, like, how you want to grow a culture, and, like, you don't want to dismiss how I grow a culture, but the difference is, like, you've been through 6 years of college volleyball, whereas, like, this is my second semester, and, like, what if I just, like, didn't want to grow?
And here's the thing, like, I feel like even right now, after 6 years, like, I definitely have a lot of growing to do, like, as a volleyball player, but, like, if I have growing to do, imagine.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I just feel like, like Mizzou, my first 2 years, we were really successful, and we went to the tournament, and we were ranked in the top 25, and then my last 2 years, we weren't successful, so I've kind of seen, like, both sides of the coin, and, like, everything that came with that, like, the social aspect, like, the pressure that came onto us, like, when we were good, and then, like, the pressure that was onto us, like, when we weren't doing so good, like, fans coming out, and, like, it was just, like, a lot of pressure in general, and, like, our culture was, like, really good. Like, we definitely had issues, like, here and there, but overall, like, I feel like our culture and, like, our bond was, like, the one thing that we knew, like, no one could take away from us.
Yeah, I do feel like that's so important. Like, I do feel like it, like, socially, like, on this team, especially this semester, like, we do have a really good culture, and part of it is just because we're smaller, like you said, it's so much easier to hang out. But also, I felt like last semester, like, bled into this semester, and we had, I feel like, a really good culture last semester, too. And so, it means so much. Like, it really means so much more than you could even imagine, like, actually being able to trust the people that you spend every day with. Because it's just, like, I can't imagine how awful that would be if you didn't.
Oh, it'd be terrible.
Like, you spend so much time with these people. Like, I would never want to hate someone so much on the team that it, like, hurt me to come to practice.
No, literally. Like, I see you guys more than I see my family.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, I see you guys every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even on our off days, like, I still see you guys. And, like, I agree, though. It's been so nice. Like, I think last fall we had really good culture, but obviously with, like, the rush of season and, like, just the pressure around that, like, it didn't get lost, but it definitely got, like, hidden in a lot of ways. And then, like, now that we don't have that pressure, like, it's just been so nice. Like,
it's, like, hard to bond, like, truly bond when you're everyone, like, has an agenda, which is, like, just how season goes. Like, you have to be in a certain place at a certain time. Like, you're tired, like
even I think, when was it, like, Friday night last week? Like, me, you, and Jordan were literally at her house just, like, talking.
And it was
like,
awesome.
Until, like, late, like, 12, like, midnight. But we, like, didn't have anything the next day versus, like, in season on a Friday night. Like,
we practiced in the morning.
We'd already played a game that night. We were exhausted. And then, like, Saturday morning we had practice. And then we have to get ready for the next game on Sunday. Which, like, that didn't really allow for a lot of time of, like truly bonding. Yeah,
and then our off days in season are Mondays.
Yeah.
Which is, like...
And, I mean, there was, like, a 2-week span where we didn't have an off day because we played on Wednesdays.
Yeah, so there was, like... It's just so complicated. Like, you can't even really plan on being social. No. Like, I feel like, guys, like I told you, one of my New Year's resolutions is to be more social.
Yeah, she's actually been killing it.
I've been doing great. I've been making so many friends.
No, she really has. And, like, here's the thing about her. Like, I know her very well. So, like, I knew she had it in her to be social because she will not stop yapping. And I will not stop yapping when I'm next to her. So, like, I knew it was in her there somewhere.
Oh, somewhere.
But, like, this spring, she's, like, made it a huge effort to, like, hang out with other people and, like, come to Jordan's house whenever we can and just, like, go out to eat, whatever. And, like, it's paid off, you have to admit.
No, it has. It's been really nice. And, like, I still go to bed by, like, 11. Like, we're still going to be in bed by 11 tonight.
That's not even, like, that's a non-negotiable.
That is a non-negotiable for us.
I will be doing my skincare and, like, in bed at least, like, at the latest, like, 11. On a weekend. On a weekday.
We in bed by 8:30.
Yeah, like, I'm, like, already laying in bed at, like, 8. Like,
yeah, so, like, but, like, at 19 and, like, 20.
Yeah, which, but
like,
also,
fine.
I take 2 naps a day.
I don't get to nap because I go to school.
Yeah, I don't have to go to school. All my stuff is online, so I just exist most of the days. And by existing, I mean I sleep. Like,
she sleeps. I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
But I actually do love all my classes, so, like, at the same time, like, I'm not.
Yeah. What's your major again?
Psychology and human development, and I'm minoring in sociology.
Fits you.
That's what everyone has said. Sarah said that today. She asked me the same question, and she said that.
That fits you. Engineering also fits Sarah, though.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
She's got it up going on up here.
Sarah's a genius.
Yeah.
She's like Albert Einstein, but of the 20th century, and a woman.
But I do also feel like I've learned like one-sided relationships do not work in college volleyball.
No.
Or in college sports.
Or in general.
No,
like in life in general, like it just doesn't work.
No, I agree because like I feel like especially going to an all-girls school.
Yeah.
I have experienced so many one-sided relationships and nothing is I feel like is more exhausting.
Oh, it's terrible.
Because I feel like I've always been, and maybe like that's just me, but like I feel like I've always been the person giving the energy and like like.
Well, that's hard too, cause like you feel like you have nothing else to give. Like it comes to a point in time where you're just like so tired of giving and like getting nothing in return that it's like, okay, well I don't want to give anymore.
No, honestly, like recently, I have this friend who still lives in Nashville. Like she like still goes to she works in a high school, and basically like we're super close my senior year, which was last year, obviously. Just want to make that clear. And then, like, I feel like I give so much because into this relationship, like, I feel like I reach out all the time, like, I text her all the time, like, there's not a lot she can do. Like, she said she'd come see me in the fall, like, she never did, like.
Oh, I don't remember.
No, like, well, one did.
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah, but, like, this is somewhat different.
Okay.
And, like, she just always claims that she's busy. Which I understand, like.
But also, how busy are you?
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's
you're a college athlete, like, you're busy.
Okay, this is all I'm saying. Like, this is fresh on my mind. So, like, my point is like, if we're not going to respect the fact that we're both busy, like, when I was in high school and they were in high school, like, we knew our schedules.
Yeah.
Because, like, we were in the same place. I'm now in college.
Right.
And she's still there, like, doing her schedule that I'm very aware of. Because I was there.
Yeah.
But like now, like for the first time in this relationship, we're both busy. But
interesting.
I am the only one like
making it
acknowledging that she's busy as well.
Actually, I have a lesson on this. So my hometown best friend Karina, shout out Karina, I'll tell you, and it's when I post it on my Instagram story so that you can see it. So Karina, we met my freshman year of high school, and so we've been friends for like 8 years now. Wait, that's crazy. It's been like that long.
That's a long time.
She actually just got engaged. Well, not actually. Over the summer, I was at her bridal, whatever. So yeah, Karina, she was like my ride or die in high school, like even right now. And like we, especially when I got to college, because she stayed in Oviedo and like she was going to school like in Oviedo for college, and she like we do such a good job of like even if we don't talk for like I don't know like a month, like 2 months, like randomly we'll like check in on each other, and like when I'm home or like when I'm in Florida, like I make it a huge priority to like spend time with her, like just go do the things that we both love, and like every single like I don't think there's ever been like a point in time where it's like more than 2 months where we like do not speak. Like we're always like even if it's not like every day, because obviously like you said, like you have to understand that we're both busy in this friendship, like we still do such a good job of like taking like at least some time to like just prioritize it. Like obviously like she is a huge part of my life because we've been friends for so long, and like I don't ever want to lose that, and like we both know that we're both busy, but at the end of the day, like how busy are you that you can't send a text? Or like when you're home, like how busy are you that you can't like get lunch or something? Like you're never too busy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so my point is like I'm fine with like not speaking to each other for 2 months. My problem is like I'm always the one reaching out. Right. Which is like was fine at the beginning. Like in the fall, like I didn't see it as much, like but I was always the one reaching out, like asking how they were, how their day was, like blah blah blah. And then like recently, like we got in this fight, and they were like, "You didn't even ask me how my day was," and I literally texted them back and was like, "So I missed a week." So you're telling me I missed a week?
Of course you did.
I missed a week, but like you can't like manage to
and
just
also like she had no idea what was happening in the fall either. No, like, I don't think the fall was easy for any of us, and like
no, I feel like she doesn't know anything about my life right now.
Yeah,
and
but that's terrible.
It's awful, but like at the same time, like I'm at the place where I'm not gonna force that. Yeah. Because I don't like I want this person in my life, but I know I don't need them in my life, which I think is a healthy thing. Like
it is.
You don't need like
you don't
it's
need
good.
Yeah.
It's good to not need people like but at the same time I'm like I'm busy too.
Yeah, actually,
Also,
quite busy.
Yeah, and I'm like, you haven't even tried to understand that.
No. And, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, everything also happens for a reason. Like, let's say, like, you and this person don't, like, end up, like, being friends anymore. Like, I don't know, maybe God has, like, a different plan. And, like, maybe you guys weren't meant to be friends, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like if you're pouring that much and, like, you're getting nothing in return, like, you can't just keep pouring. Because then your cup's going to be empty. And then, like, in the other relationships that you actually get something in return, like, you're not going to be able to pour into them.
Yeah, which is just like a domino, like, effect.
Yeah, it's like a cycle that, like, never ends.
And I just feel like it's not, like, I don't know, like, when I go home, like, I feel like I put so much effort into seeing them.
Yeah.
But, like, even when we were at the same place, like, I always felt like I was the one, like, going out of my way to, like, find a way to say hi to them or ask how their day was.
That's just not.
And, like, I was a little, like, obsessive when I was
That actually does not surprise me at all.
Okay, so. But, like, so, like, I definitely needed this person, like, a lot during high school.
Yeah.
Almost because, like, I wasn't, like, as healthy as I am now in high school, which is fine. But, like, now, like, I want to move through our lives, like, together, like, going in different paths.
And I think also it's because, like, that person was there, like, in a hard time, like, of your life. So, like, it's normal for you to, like, want them to be there for, like you said, like, you're healthier now. Like, it's just a better time and, like, you're in a better spot and it's normal.
I know, and honestly, like, one of my biggest fears for some reason about, like, getting healthy was that, like, all these people that I talked to weren't going to talk to me anymore because, like, they would see, like, I didn't need them. Because, like, when you're healthy, like, you don't have to talk through it, I feel like. Like, you're more on, like, I can do this. Like, every day I would, like, be talking to them, like, like, about my day, like, how I was feeling, and, like, I just don't need that anymore. Yeah. And so, like, one of my biggest fears was, like, if I get healthy, like, I'm going to lose all these people.
Yeah, and I get that, but then also the thing that you have to understand is, like, relationships, like, they transform into so many different, like, types of relationships. Like, I don't know, I feel like with Karina, like, we would see her every day. Like, we would talk every day. And, like, now, like, we're not in the same place. Like, we don't necessarily need to do that, like, all the time. But, like, now, like, checking in on each other a couple times, like, that's enough. And, like, seeing her when I'm home, like, that's enough. And, like, for you in your situation, like, now you don't need that, but that doesn't mean that you can't still have that friendship or relationship. It's just going to look a little different.
Like, I feel like it's more important that I want it
than
I need it. And I feel like that should mean something. And, like, I know it does. Like, this person is not, like, a mean person at all. Like, definitely wants the relationship to continue, but I'm like, you can say that all you want, but, like, at this point, like, I need you to show that. Like, I need you to prove it. Like,
we're big action people.
We are. That is very true. I hate when people
big action people.
I've always known, but anyway. But, like, I have friends that I've known since second grade, so I've been friends with them for 11 years, which is crazy. We've basically grown up together.
Oh my God.
And so one of them is I'm at BC right now, and the other one's at Dayton. Okay. But, like, we can text, like, we'll see someone that we all three went to elementary school with or something, and, like, we'll text, and it'll be like we're right back there.
Oh, yeah. That's, like, exactly how I feel with Karina, too.
Like, we'll be back at home, like, we'll go out to lunch, and it's, like, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
And it's, like, you honestly feel like sisters, like, you're related to them because like, it's the same thing with my sister.
Yeah,
like,
that's literally, and, like, my other friend, so Alexa is my, like, really good club friend. Like, we play club together, and it's literally the exact same way. Like, every time in the world could go past, like pass by, and it would still be like nothing has ever changed.
I know, it's so weird. Just because it's like, you know that they can exist. Like, long distance, like, friendships.
Yeah, and, like, obviously it takes effort on both sides. Like, I mean, if I was, like you said, if I was the only one texting them, like, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
Which, like, I get mad pretty easily.
Well, like,
that's actually one of my resolutions, my temper.
It hasn't worked. We're in month 2, and we are still working on it.
Yeah, well, I think resolutions are for, like,
I don't think
the whole year.
Bad. Like, I texted this person, I had some attitude in it. And they were like, why are you giving me attitude? I was like, that's how I get you to respond.
Honestly, yeah. And also, why do you care?
Like, don't you want to have attitude back? Like, can we just,
like
answer?
I literally told my parents the other day, I was like, I want to be a lawyer so bad.
Oh, I heard you talking about this.
Because I just, like, love to, like, clap back. And, like, I really do. Like, it's so fun. And I just feel like I'd be an epic lawyer.
It is fun. I just, like, I replay like over and over again, like how do I push it, but don't push it too far that we can't.
Right.
Back,
And that's what I'm saying. Like arguing has to be like the perfect in between, and I think that's why I love it so much. Because like so much goes into an argument that it's crazy.
I do feel like this is so toxic to say. I feel like most of my relationships I could end so fast because I know so much about that person that I could use this against them in like.
I mean, I feel like.
Second.
But here's the thing, like, yeah.
I don't want to, but I just like.
You know so much.
I do. I like every relationship I have. I've always been someone that people like confide in, like.
Yeah.
Kind of like how you and I are. Like we could just talk about anything, and like
literally.
I know we're on the same page. Like literally, what just happened? Like before we got here, like I know no matter what. We
Very
are on the
much
same
so.
page. And like other people have always been like that with me.
Yeah.
I'm not like that with them. It's like I always know a lot about people. And I'm like, so don't cross me. Do not cross me.
Elizabeth actually holds every detail about your life in the world. So
dude, I could get so many people fired and like
fired like adults?
It's crazy. Dude, it's actually crazy.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I have an idea. Why don't Okay, why don't we actually I'm gonna give the story of our friendship.
Oh God, okay, I'm ready.
And then like I'll say it and then like you can say it from your perspective.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so we are starting summer workouts and I'm new here. She's also new here. And so like I'd already heard about like the freshmen, but also like I was a grad student. Whatever. I'm a grad student, so like I didn't necessarily like think that I would be really close with the freshmen by any means because
and here we are.
She's like 4 years younger than me. So yeah, whatever. But they're actually pretty cool people. Shout out the freshies, of course. And so first day of workouts, we're like testing. I'm gonna air you out. I'm so sorry.
300 shouldn't count as testing. Like,
well, yeah. So we were running 300s, which is like 300 yards, and you just kind of have to run it like back and forth.
It's awful.
So and you have to do it until like a certain amount of time, and we're like running them, and next thing you know, Elizabeth is passed out. And like literally on the floor. So I'm looking at Kara and I'm like, do not stop counting. Like I know she just passed out, but do not stop counting my seconds because if not, I would have to like restart like my 300.
Haley said the same thing.
And like it was like 6 down and backs, and I was on 5, so like I was almost done.
I had almost finished, guys, before I passed.
She did, but unfortunately for her, I was gonna say she passed away, but that's not the right word. She just passed out. So yeah, so that happened, and then we were all like, hello. Oh. And then, yeah, so then we're working camps over the summer, and we're like about to like finish a camp, and Elizabeth had just gotten an iron transfusion, and she was like, I look so tan. And I was like, she was like, my legs look so.
All she does is call me pale. All she does is call me pale. I'm sorry, I'm not Puerto Rican.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people are sorry they're not Puerto Ricans. Shout out Puerto Rico, you know what I mean? Anyways, so yeah, so she's like, yeah, my legs look so tan. And I was like really staring at them because like, they did not look tan. They looked like literal purple like rings. So whatever, I'm like, yeah. And then that same day that we're working the camp and like finishing up, she passes out again. And everyone's like trying to find an ambulance, like no one knew the address. So we were like, okay. So yeah, and then during the fall, like we're both outsides, so we spend a lot of time together, especially during preseason, and we're both 6 for outsides, what's up? And we spent a lot of time together during like preseason and like in training sessions. So we just got like volleyball close, I would say. Like we got really close in volleyball like settings. And to the point where like we'd be in games or like at practice and like one of us would be struggling and like we knew that we could go to another person. And the reason I like going to her is because I know that she has no like bad intentions when it comes to volleyball. Like
I'm not preying on your downfall.
Yes. Like she's very like
maybe.
Screw you. Like she's just very like down to earth and like real about it. And like if I'm not doing very well, like she'll tell me. But then if I'm doing well, like she'll also tell me.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we got really like volleyball close, and then towards the end of the season, she like started speaking up a lot more, and like I really respected that.
Calling bitches out is what she means.
I really respected that because it's not hard to like it's not easy to do that as a freshman, especially when you're like in this situation. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so I feel like now like towards the end of the fall we got like friendship close, like not just
Yeah.
volleyball close. And now I feel like we're like really close.
Yeah.
So like we pass like the friend like like friendship, but it's like friendship really close.
Yeah.
Not just friendship close. So, yeah.
Anyway, my turn.
Okay.
Okay, so basically the passing out I don't remember. So
Yeah, she
I don't
like,
get to play a part in that. But all I really remember, so
oh, she also like one thing about that I would make fun of her in volleyball settings was because she falls a lot. And that was like one of our bonding experiences because I would just make fun of her for falling.
everyone did. That's been a thing since like I've started playing volleyball. I fall, but you better believe I got the ball.
That is true. Continue.
Okay, and when I kicked it, okay, anyway.
I remember that.
So basically, I don't remember the passing out, so we're not gonna talk about that. So my relationship with Leandra started after her relationship with me started. Because I don't remember the first part.
Yeah.
But basically, so during preseason, we were together all the time. Because,
Literally.
like, we were in the gym all the time. And like, I just felt like you were worthy of my
Oh, thank you guys. I'm so worthy.
No. It's just like it's like a gift to have a 6-year as talented as you and like as like
Why are you being so nice?
no, and just like as mature as you and like I've always been mature for my age and
Yeah.
so to find someone like that and to find someone just like that I can learn from and is willing to teach. Like I've
Yeah.
known people that are better than me, like that I've wanted to learn from, but they're very like isolate themselves
Yeah.
and like only focus on themselves. Like Leandra's always been good at like spreading her like intelligence about especially in volleyball. Like we have a lot of outsides and like
Yeah.
she did a good job of like making sure everyone like she was on top of everyone in like a positive way. And so like I really attached to that because I've never really had like a role model like
Yeah.
in my position. Just because you always play with people your age basically until
Right.
you get to college.
Right.
So I really liked that and I felt like our like the funnies, like what is that called?
The funnies?
Like what is the word when you're like
Our humor?
our humor. I feel like our humor is the same.
It is.
And like you said, like we're both super honest with each
Yeah.
other. So like the second like you made a joke that some people would think is mean to me and you saw that I reacted well, like
Oh, 100%.
we like definitely connected. So
Yeah.
like throughout preseason, like we got through all that. But then like I knew that you respected me as a player, which
Yeah.
I also knew that you didn't lie.
No.
So, like I knew that like we could actually have a real connection
Yeah.
because like if you thought I'd suck, you would just tell me that.
Yeah, and here's the thing about her, like, she's saying really nice things about me. But, like, the reason I, like, I don't know, kind of took you under my wing is, like, a weird term, but, like, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, in a volleyball perspective, is because I see so much potential. Like, I feel like being a 6-year outside, like, you need to have a lot of experience, especially, like, in a Power 5, and, like,
Yeah.
passing, and, like, you're pretty much doing every single skill, like, in volleyball except for setting. And, like, that, a lot of it comes with experience. But, like, you are so good at, like, literally, like, after your freshman fall. So it's, like, just,
Yeah.
like, knowing that there's, like, so much there that can be built on. And, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, all the outsides on this team know, like, I will do anything in my power to, like, make you guys better. And, like, I obviously know that you guys would do the same for me. But, like, with how much knowledge I have because of my experience, like,
Yeah.
I just really like to, like, share that with other people.
Yeah, and like I know that you're not gonna find that everywhere, and I haven't found that until I got here. And honestly, like, all I wanted to do was learn.
Yeah.
Because she just as a freshman, I feel like that's all you can do is like soak as much in as you can.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the second you start playing, whether that be freshman, sophomore, like you have, it's just different. Like,
It is different.
You're teaching other people. I feel like,
Yeah.
especially after your freshman year, and I feel like that's how we started building our relationship.
I agree.
The
I
fact
think it
that,
was very much like volleyball first, and
Oh,
then like
yeah.
the friendship outside of volleyball came after,
I
which that also
yeah.
has to do with the fact that we were like in the gym like 24/7.
Yeah, like I feel like if we had met in the spring, it would have been different. Like,
Yeah.
like friendship would have come first in the
Yeah.
volleyball. But I honestly think it's good volleyball came first because even when I was talking to Hannah, you guys both became friends with me before I could ever play volleyball.
Yeah,
While we were here.
true.
And even Hannah was like, I hope you're good because I hate being friends with people that So I was like, okay, thank you. So I guess
No.
like this is like
Literally.
could end at any
I mean,
day.
yeah, like when she passed out, like, dude, I had to bring you water. So like that just shows.
sorry.
Yeah, like that just shows that we were like friends before because I was genuinely concerned for your
Yeah.
safety.
No, yeah. But like, so as preseason went on and we went into season, like, we could just talk about volleyball. And like,
Yeah.
the best part is we could be honest, like, if one of us deserved to play or didn't.
Yeah.
Like, like, even, like, I didn't play a lot of front row, if any, in the fall. I played a lot of back row, and, like, I wanted to obviously be 6 rotations, but Leandra would tell me, like, if that was plausible or not, that in a given day. And, like, I respected
And, like, we
that.
talked about it a lot. Like, it was, and, like, I wouldn't just be like, yeah, like, this is what you need to do better. Like, I would give her tips and, like, what, like, help her out in that situation. Because, like, especially as a 6 row outside, like, you have so much to worry about in a game.
Yeah.
And, like, even at practice. So, like, I don't know, I just feel like you did such a good job. Like, I mean, your passing and your defense are incredible. And, like, the one that you need to work on is your offense. And, like, throughout the season, like, it got so much better. I'm not saying you sucked at first, but you know what I mean.
No, yeah.
Like, coming from high school to coming and playing college volleyball, like, it's definitely a huge shift.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a huge shift. And I already lived through that already, like, 5 years ago. So, like, I've gotten really good at, like, knowing what it needs to be done to be successful at this level. And, like, she is already so good at doing that. Like, she just needed a little, like, tweaks. Like, it's just some tweaks.
But, yeah, and then I feel like me being close with Hannah helped our relationship.
I agree.
Because, like, Hannah was always a good mediator, and because, like, I talked to Hannah, I think you could tell, like, I wasn't, like, just friends with anyone.
Yeah.
And so, like, that helped us all be honest with each other, too.
Yeah.
Because we would always, like, debrief, like, the 3 of us about games.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
We always knew we could be honest just because.
Yeah.
You can see it on a stat sheet. Like, it's not, like.
Yeah, and also, like, I don't know, like, I would have a bad game, and, like, she would tell me. Like, she would get pulled, I would tell her why. Like, it's, because I told you this so many times, like, before we even had those conversations, I was always, like, a real friendship and, like, a real true relationship, like, comes with, like, being able to talk about that kind of stuff and, like, being truthful. Because what kind of friend would I be to you if you got pulled out of front row and you'd be like, okay, like, why did I get pulled? Then I would be like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I have eyes. I can see why you got pulled.
Yeah.
And, like, what kind of friend would I be if I didn't tell you? Because now, like, how are you going to get better?
Yeah.
And same goes to me. Like, if I was doing really bad and, like, I had a bad game, like, why did I have a bad game? And, like, you'd be like, I don't know, I thought you did great. No, I didn't. Like.
Yeah. And so I feel like we, like, built our relationship off of that.
Yeah.
And then you're right. Like, I do feel like because, like, there was, like, a solid 3 of us, 3, 4, like, a handful that spoke out at the end of the season. And I think, like, you seeing that I could do that at a young age. And me just, like, seeing it in general, like, you really do see, like, who actually is willing to give everything for you.
And, like, and not just me, to be honest. Like, I think a lot of the other girls on the team, like, felt that same way as well. Like, it wasn't just me, because I don't think you were, like, super close. Like, me and you were already close by the time that, like, you spoke up and whatever, but, like, I don't think you were close with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But then, like, looking at it now, like, I feel like you're close to a lot of other people on the team, and I think that came from the fact that, like, they respect you.
Yeah.
And especially at such a young age, like, that's really hard to do as a freshman. Like, just to speak up and kind of, like, I don't know, just be willing to, like, say your opinion and say your voice. Like, I feel like that's really hard.
Yeah, and, like, I feel like that's how we, like, ended the season.
Yeah.
Because that is how our season basically ended. And I do feel like because Hannah has left, like, I have had to open up, like, my, like, window of friendship. Because Hannah and I are in, like, but while she was still here, obviously, we're super close.
Yeah.
And we are still super close, obviously, but she's obviously not here anymore.
Right.
And so, like, that was hard. I thought it was going to be really, really hard just because I spent all my time with her, which it was, but, like, it still is definitely, like, it's not as hard as I thought it was.
Yeah, and I think also, like, just being able to, like, have a smaller, like, group of people that you can hang out with is also helpful.
Yeah.
Because, like, you don't have to split your time in between, like, 21 people, like, trying to build 21 relationships, but now you can, like, split your time in between, like, 14, and you can, like, focus on that a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, and then our relationships just kind of took off.
Yeah, it was, like, from, like, 0 to 100.
Like, it really wasn't.
Actually, no, it wasn't, like, we were at, like, 80. But now we're,
0
like,
to 80.
No, now we're at, like, 80 to 100. Like, it was, like, the final stretch.
Yeah. Like, our relationship definitely took off when we got back here in the spring just because. Nothing else? Yeah.
I mean, I don't really hang out with people like that.
No, me neither. So it's
like, I feel like the only people I hang out with here at Virginia Tech is, like, my teammates.
Well, actually, when we got here in the spring, Leandra the first day we were here in the spring, Leandra told me I looked ill again.
Yeah, she did. We were having Well, we were
functioning.
having a team meeting, and I look over, and her eyes are like really red, and like you had big eye bags. So, well, of course you're like stunning, but I was just like so worried and like consumed with like honestly just like straight up worry that she was gonna like pass out again. That I was like, dude, you look
ill.
Like
She
you
said it
literally
for the
look
whole
ill.
Anyway, so that's how we started our relationship in the spring, actually. So
Yeah.
Just like a month ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we've just like can read each other's minds.
No, actually, like sometimes I'm like, you need to get out of my head. Like,
I am the voices.
she
I have
is
been
the voices.
the whole time you've been alive. baby.
Plot twist: Elizabeth is actually the voices.
But yeah, I'm actually gonna be the flower girl in her wedding.
Yeah. I haven't told Max that yet, but yes, she's the flower girl at our wedding.
So-
It's gonna be a pretty big flower girl, like a huge, tall, like.
It can make me an
21-year-old.
Or
Yeah.
Astrid's kid. Is it a girl?
No, I don't know what
You
it
don't
is
know?
yet.
Why do I think it's a girl? It's a girl.
I
So-
hope so.
So me and her sister's kid are basically gonna be the flower girls.
Yeah.
So
So I'm assuming like you would like carry the child, maybe. Max, we'll figure this out whenever.
Max, you don't have an input. You don't have a say.
Yeah, you can get the ring bearer.
Or I'll be the ring. The ring bearer is a boy though.
Yeah.
Oh well. Or a dog. It could be
Lulu. Yes, Lulu. Guys, Lulu's my dog. She's epic.
She's epic.
She is.
But yeah, that's how like Leandra and I are like kind of friends, I guess.
You know what? Because you said you introduced me as me making fun of you using my love language, I'm gonna say 3 things I love about you. Yeah. Isn't this crazy?
That's kind of weird.
Right?
I don't like that.
Okay. I don't care. Number 1, I love that you're very honest and you're not like apologizing for who you are. Like in any way, shape, or form. Like you're just unapologetically like you. And you're very authentic. I guess, yeah, number 1. Number 2, I really love that you're good at volleyball.
Any of those for me.
Like, it's a thing.
If I sucked, that would be bad for our friendship. It's
And,
fine. I don't care.
and number 3, I really love how selfless you are. Like,
Oh wait, that's actually nice.
yeah,
Good
because
job.
you are selfless. Like, I feel like if there was any person that, like, I don't know, like, I feel like every time I ask for a favor, you always do it.
I get her water. I
Yeah.
think she stays hydrated when she's next to the water machine, where she could just get a cup and do it herself. But like,
Yeah,
I'll do
it's a lot of work.
it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think that's a good place to end.
yeah, with like a compliment.
Yeah, let's not go any farther. We
Yeah.
can just backtrack.
Before I keep yapping and then.
But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Leandra's been great.
Thanks, guys.
Good job. Been very
Thanks.
impressed. But yes, thank you for listening to another episode of Beyond the Net, and I hope to see you guys maybe with a guest, maybe not with a guest. I haven't decided yet in the next episode, but yeah. Thanks, y'all.
Bye. Oh, we're not waving?
Oh.